Hey everybody, Old Man Alchemist back with another raw and wiggling episode in our playthrough of The Outer Worlds 2. Before we get started, quick word of thanks to all of our new subscribers. Thank you so much. You're helping us grow towards our goal of 100 subscribers. We're tantalizingly close to it. So, if you're new to the channel or you've been here before and have not, please go ahead and subscribe. It'll help me out immensely. And then do me a favor, crush the like button and extend that favor to all the other channels you visit, because subscriptions, comments, and likes are the lifeblood of any channel. And in that regard, let me know what's going on with you. What are you playing? What are you looking forward to? Are you doing the Outer Worlds 2? If you are, do you like it? And what build are you using? So in our last episode, we finally had left Paradise, and we went and checked out Free Market and saw all the stalls and got 2 quests from there. One is the Arbiters, that Tristan guy, I think his name was. Yeah, and then the last voyage of the ACS. So those are 2 side quests, and Tristan is actually going to meet us somewhere in Golden Ridge, and that's where we have to go now. And then there's a collection. I've got to find cards so I can, I don't know, do some kind of battle. I have no idea what's going on with that. But for now, let's go ahead and go to Golden Ridge. No, we're not doing that. No way. You gotta be nuts. Damn, where the hell are we? Why does this place look like it's falling apart? Oh, shit!
Lord, damn, what was that? There ain't been active fighting here in I don't even know how long. We got bases down there. If one of them got hit, then that strike will be the first of many.
Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. That looks devastating. That looks absolutely devastating. That's not some place that you want to be. Obviously. Can't. It's just sounding like they got stuff ready to fall out of the sky on here.
The plan can wait. Our lines will not. Good subjects arrive 15 minutes early to avoid missing their tram.
Wow, this station's sure going to scrap since last I stepped about. Don't think we'll be hitching a ride anywhere quick.
Your patience is commendable, passenger. Please continue waiting quietly until the next tram arrives.
Broadcasting cognitive resonance across Arcadia, this is Grand Plan Wireless. And his choice just suffered an involuntary 15% reduction in workforce, an unfortunate surprise to all personnel, something that will never happen. Predictions help guide our Arcadia's efficiency. Stay tuned for what follows. Avid followers of our predictive playlists are already aware of which song follows. Interested in receiving our weekly selection of mathematical clues? Visit your local predictor.
This is your 2061st reminder to keep all personal items with you at all times.
Looks like folks holed up here after the fighting started. Guess not everybody was eager to take sides.
Yeah, I'm not eager to take sides either. Plasma grenade. I don't think I have that. I don't have heavy round either. I don't have a long round. Damn. Of course, you know, these prices are killing me. Jeez. Oh, buy it for God's sakes and be done with it. Yeah, that's just too much.
Day 206. Morale? Low. Condition? Feeble. Voucher mech. Watching. Always watching. Many have left for Matriarch's mercy, seeking refuge with the Order. The fools. Can't they see the Order is no different from the Protectorate? The Order won't...
Incessant muttering to oneself may disturb fellow passengers. Further conduct violations may warrant notification of the Sentinels.
Try it, you doddering rattletrap. Such threats compel me no longer. I now answer to no one. I've seen through the lies of both sides. In time, everyone will.
Unwarranted optimism may be a sign of a more serious imbalance. Please see a curativist before boarding.
That's crazy, but yeah. I don't think those are working anymore. Alright, door number 1 or door number 2? I think it's all the same thing. This just doesn't seem to be,
Lest you're bent on exploring, best we hoof it over to Matriarch's mercy and meet with that abbot Basar mentioned.
well... Landing pad, Alexandria Station. That's the abbot. That's arbitrary measures. Well, we're probably better off going here to where civilization is, I think. Let's see. That's the silenced pistol. Auto hacker. I want that to be. And chain spark cannon. Shock, corrosive shock. That one. Yeah, we're gonna put him to junk. This has shock damage on it. I might keep that. I want that triple shot also, so let's... Emergency stop. I'm going to keep that too. And that's a decent one. I know there are some things I can put inside my my ship. I need to do that when I get back there. All right, let's go.
The lower hall is for contemplative calculation. The upper hall is for somber internal speculation. For those lost in thought and are finishing an equation, I repeat, the lower hall is for contemplative calculation. The upper hall is for somber internal speculation.
A reminder, makeshift habitations not needing fun.
Alright, so we're on the right road.
Please, somebody help us! Anybody, please! Finally, some help. We desperately need aid. Desperately. My family and I, we was making our way to the Mercy camp for us refugees. We were set upon. My wife, my son were injured. Can't move them by myself. Had to leave them just past this tunnel so as I could go for help. But being alone is even more riskier. The arachnids. I chased them off, but they'll be back. Please help us. Ain't nothing I can do for them, but you got weapon and medicines and can get us to the camp. Please.
Well, we're not going to just leave them to get...
Thank you. This way.
We're not going to leave them to get eaten by arachnids.
It's a brawl!
Time! Making strides!
Graf's back in business.
Love to, but I'm not ready.
Reloading!
Twitch!
Need a hole to hide!
Looking a few quarts low, Commander.
Moving ain't the brainer!
And I'll take care of him, Commander.
Need some help first.
Looking! Thought you were smart, huh? Realize you're a...
Someone's there. I'm reasonably sure.
Quite the predicament you're in! Coming for you! See you! Come on! 3 times! Give it!
Your insides are leaking outside, Commander.
Realize you're about to die, right? You will pay for that.
How are you still upright over there?
Trouble? Oh, gotta feed the beast.
back in business.
That didn't go. I guess I shouldn't be eating all those crunch berry things. And these guys set on us like a bunch of damn coyotes. What do you got here? Well, that was kind of nice. Bastards. Well, I guess we want to go this way. Yep, and then this is gold looking stuff. That's kind of weird. This place sounds like it's about to fall apart, for God's sakes.
Positive implications.
You too can reach the pinnacle of refreshment with Omega Point Tea. Available in standard.
Think they'll notice if we jump the queue?
All right, what are we? Yep. Oh, there's something else in the codex. No good
Day
choices.
206.
Yeah.
Morale?
Yep. I hear you, sister.
Another refugee? All right, step forward. Just a moment. Allowing anyone into Matriarch's mercy unprocessed will upset the precarious ratio of refugees to aid. We should have an opportunity for placement in approximately 7.85 days, presuming no unforeseen alterations. In that case, step right through.
I remember this place before the war. Functioning tramiculars. The peaceful silence of the canyons.
I can't recall the last time this region was silent.
Hey, I got one of those.
I swear, it's nigh on impossible to find decent animal remains in these parts.
If we factor for random elements offsetting certain key variables, upsetting the mock apple cart, as it were, we start to grasp the potential. And then we solve for Apologies. Just catching up on a research assignment between queries. Yes? Did you need something? Oh, doesn't everyone have that memorized? It's 1.77245385. Ah, I see you were making a jest and/or attempt at conversation. Anything else? Typically, no. And it has been somewhat challenging focusing my concentration. The abbot felt a scientician operating in a conspicuous spot in the thoroughfare might be useful. An illustrative way for our guests to see how we operate. To show how the crabble patties are made, as it were. That is, if the meat preparation involved a 90-step rate formula and a conflux of polynomial equations. I am also on hand to answer queries by providing data supporting our actions. Though perhaps due to my central location, 89.74% of the time, I am simply asked for directions. I am sure they bear any inconveniences with grace and dignity. I mean, the statistical jump correlated to residents within Matriarch's Mercy has some pretty compelling numbers. According to data, life inside shows a notable uptick in key relevant quality of life factors. Longevity, access to medicine, potable water. Life outside sees increased risk of starvation, inclement weather, and hostile xenofauna. Yes, indeed. Numbers are really against you out there. We have diverted internal resources to better meet demand in key areas. And I'm pleased to say that's led to a statistically significant 2.7% increase in refugee satisfaction. But if my data remains unconvincing, I suggest you inquire with Provisioner Klotnick inside the lift building. Simply tell her Archivist Widmark approves brief use of her time. Then back to it I shall get.
My soup is nutritionally calculated to sustain all bodily functions, but it could use a little salt.
Reminds me of Tau Ceti right after the merger. Had to wait for my number to be called just to get
What
rations
caused
and a
the
cop.
schism between the Protectorate
Hope
and the
these
Order?
folk don't have to wait as long.
The Consul tried to kill presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar, but we saw that coming.
Shame what happened there. I seen the whole thing.
data-driven insight.
Watch yourself if you intend to nose around that collapsed ramshackle. I swear, refugee settlements aren't what they used to be.
Act now and receive a one-week prognostication from a seer.
Oh yeah, Duarte. He's former aunties like me. He was underneath for a few hours. Or, no, that was before. This time it was Rollo Nast? No. Gert Valkenburg. Happens a lot. People here need more room to breathe. Can't build in the walkways, can't set up in the exclusion zone. So they build up. Best they can, at least. Don't have proper building material or nothing. They just make do. After a while, the stacked up little huts they jury-rigged come tumbling down. Oh, you put that together, did you? Here, I thought I was being subtle. Yeah, people keep at it. What else choice they have? Order won't listen. Maybe if we interspersed our requests with numbers, they'd pay attention. Seems like all they care about sometimes.
The future of nourishment is here. Apogee chips, shelf-stable and intestinally safe. Tomorrow's favorite snack is available today from the Order of the Ascendant. What you think about, you bring about. The Order advocates for no less than 6 hours of uninterrupted rumination on the universal equation per day.
An ongoing prolongation of existence advisory remains in effect for all presently transiting the Golden Ridge region. Utmost caution is highly urged. Refugees and travelers report targeted ambushment by desperate pharmaceutical-addled, chemically dehanced societal cast-offs who have succumbed to a life of pilferage and plunder. Anti's choice troops have been espied bivouacked contentiously crisscrossing the highway.
Since the schism, apologies, outsider. As a vicar, I am usually tasked with guiding non-order lay people, such as yourself. Lately, the abbot has tasked me with the education of the refugees in our care. You are, of course, free to stay to be enlightened by my lecture, but I don't need an abacus to predict your path lies elsewhere. Well, if it's in the displaced's best interests, I imagine I can find a moment. Yes, I reckon I do have my ear to the grimy dirt floor of Matriarch's Mercy. I hear what common lay people are saying, and the wide array of bodily noises they make. Suppose I, more than any other member of the Order here, connect with non-scienticians. I've begun daily lectures, including practical advice on efficiently planning their days. I frequently launch into extended orations on everyone's favorite topic, math, and meticulously expatiate on our sex origins in the most rigorously pedantic detail.
Ouch.
Oh dear, I got ahead of myself, didn't I? That's an occupational hazard around here. As I'm sure you've read in recent dissertations doing the rounds, education has proven to have a 13.7% increase in overall quality of life. I am single-handedly making a difference here, with constructive pointers on efficient scheduling, lessons on order history, plus some mathematics for a little added razzle-dazzle. Whenever you're in the mood for extemporaneous bloviation, you know where to find me.
Broke my nose last scrap. Or, I guess Raleigh Dortmunder did, huh?
I banged him up real good for you, didn't I? I won you one, right? Matters settled.
The void you did. Barely connected. You're thinking of 2-3 scraps ago. You've been mostly unconscious a while now.
You used at least 2 words I ain't sure I know. And I already forgot the question. No? I think.
You want to talk to Boss Tilda. She's the brains in this. What does she call it? Oh, yeah. Quasi-illicit shenanigan.
Doesn't like to look at us when we're all banged up. Said my face turned her off Boris Sloth.
Anyhow, head down the hill along the fence. Tell her Mapother and Mudge sent you.
Word to wise, don't accept anything here that's given for free. You'll pay, one way or another.
Greetings. What can I help you with? Let me guess. One of your co-occupants is always hanging up his or her britches in your corner of the yurt. Am I right? Or you're dealing with more of a stay off my palate or that's my air you're breathing sort of thing. Hmm? Pray elucidate the exact nature of your tiff of contention. A semi-informed customer. Well, we offer a wide array of proxy altercations, from restrained bludgeoning to flat-out scraps. Here in Matriarch's Mercy, if you're not a member of the Order, you're probably living close to somebody else. In some cases, sleeping on top of them. Sort of thing tends to cause friction between neighbors. Would lead to fights, but nobody here wants trouble with the Order. So they hire our hooligans to battle by proxy. It's the Order, so they don't kick you out or nothing. It's all community betterment volunteering. If you're former Auntie's Choice, it smacks kind of like work for free. If you're former Protectorate and it don't involve automechs, it's all terrifyingly mystifying somehow. We say whoever wins the fight wins the argument, but frankly, it's never anything of consequence, like, okay, hurrah! This guy gets back his mangy button. Now, how can I help you exactly? Ugh, a tourist. Well, clear out then, huh? Can't have you scaring off real customers. I got a bunch of yeggs, 2 pugilists, and a cicada to feed.
I guess I should have said something about what's his face. Let's try one more time.
Don't make me call Mapother
Nope.
and Mudge over. They don't like no fighting for free.
Okay, so that's not going to happen.
You got business? No? Move on. You the fixer lent your aid to Agent Galloway? Don't suppose you got that crawling hibiscus she promised to sneak me, huh? Forget it. You can come in.
Hello. You're the one that aided us in availing Sub Rosa of a rather large shipment of Spectrum vodka, yes? Agent Galloway is slightly less trustful than most feral canids, so winning her over speaks volumes of your character. Consequently, I'm pleased to present you purchase access to my fine wares. It's fortunate you're no stranger to contraband. Feast thine eyes on the merchandise.
All right, so what does she got? Oh, okay. Huh. Oh, sniper rifle. Yeah, Sniper rifle shock. Heavy rounds. Advanced decryption keys. We really need to buy those. Huh. Wow. That's a nice one. 8,000. Cost a pretty penny too. Well, we'll be back. Damn, that should be 650. Ain't this a mother? Well, okay. We'll be back. I guess these are just all Sub Rosa people.
Look, your nose was just a stand-in for Duarte's nose.
Don't feel like no stand-in.
What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's Mercy is no safer than the trenches.
Look on the bright side. I predict that the worst.
We're
is
not
behind
going
us.
anywhere! Not on the basis of some half-baked prediction. This so-called exclusion zone is where we stake our claim. Stand with me in defense of freedom!
Commander, you got a minute to talk? I got some thoughts on this situation with the refugees. The number of folks seeking refuge from the war is, well, it's beyond what I expected. And beyond what the Order is capable of handling, seems like. Andes may not be faring much better here, but we could at least find enough work for these folk to buy some food. Real nice, Commander. It's a tough situation, that's all I'm saying. But if the Order can't even manage tens of folk at their doorstep, they ain't gonna manage much better should they win the war. But nothing's ever really free, is it? I went through this myself when Anti's Choice took over Tau Ceti. It took time to secure the merger, but once they did, we folk got the help we needed real quick. And all they wanted in return was the signing of an employment contract. Now, I ain't seeing any contracts in Matriarch's Mercy. So what is the Order actually gaining by doing this? The thought has crossed my mind, though I reckon we might have seen concrete proof of that by now. Anyhow, if the Order is in fact helping these folk with no hidden aims, then, well, I'll be the first to admit that there might just be merit in what they're selling. Appreciate you hearing me out.
Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
I predict, with an 8.23 margin of error, that our situation will improve in time.
Stopping with the predictions.
Oh,
you don't even know
a visitor.
multivariable calculus.
Without notice.
Trying to cheer you up.
Hello. Hello again. Well, I guess they can't see anything. That guy's looking right at me. Son of a bitch. If he could see something, he should have been able to see that. Somebody saw something. Guess that wasn't a good idea. But I don't think I have a...
What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's Mercy is no safer than the trenches.
Look on the bright side. I predict that the worst is behind us.
1,068.5 pardons, but my attention is presently 99.81% occupied, coordinating provisions and supplies for the displaced. Well, if the Archivist said so, I suppose I can factor out a moment. As the assigned provisioner, I am responsible for coordinating the requisition and distribution of comestibles, medicinals, and miscellaneous vital supplies. The overwhelming majority of my time is dedicated to this, leaving only moments to see to the Order's needs in the settlement. But it is an effort I undertake with great relish. You may not have noticed, but the refugees do not want for food or medicine. The Order of the Ascendant is dedicated to the ascension of humanity. Our ultimate goal may not be reached in our lifetime. If I can help others in need today, I shall do so to the utmost extent of my abilities and resources. With the great disruption that has occurred to their lives, one could hardly blame them. That they are fed and remain healthy is sufficient for me. Appreciate you respecting my time.
What is it? I have 15 seconds of allotted time for non-specific discourse, so choose your words with expediency. Oh, new arrivals. Of an independent operative nature, one presumes. Did the abbot assign you to help? Yes. Unfortunately, you are the first to notice. Infrastructure requests from the displaced exceed present resource capacity. The mounting accumulation of prevailing desideratum is regrettably beyond us. Beyond me, more to the point. I am simply one person, impossibly stretched thin, and unable to attend to the needs of the displaced. One priority concern stands out. Well, something of a dispute, really. One where my latest near-future prognostics report may provide some guidance. Tell me, what do you know of the exclusion zone? Fair enough. The exclusion zone is a mere corner of Matriarch's Mercy, and rightfully off-limits. You see, the seer predicted that a calamity would befall the exclusion zone, warning that the barrier must not be crossed. But the ever-disruptive voice of the displaced is dead set on occupying the exclusion zone anyway, laughing in the face of certain peril. We don't know, and therein lies the frustration. The seer has augured death for anyone who enters the exclusion zone. Yes, you heard me right. Death. Furthermore, and I quote, an outside mediator, having earned the confidence of both sides, has a high likelihood of clearing up an ongoing dispute. We can't have the voice of the displaced sowing disorder. Will you help us? Will you be our outside mediator, as was foretold? The first step is to familiarize yourself with every angle of the dispute. Talk to the people of Matriarch's Mercy. The displaced want the exclusion zone. We want it kept off limits. We can't both be right. Feel free to speak with the voice of the displaced herself if you aren't already acquainted. Any questions before you get started? I can tell you she's a rabble-rouser of the highest order. Still, she cleaves to her principles. That's something. You can find her outside, among her people, stubbornly defying an order barricade. According to predictions, yes. Or at least my interpretation of them. I am reasonably certain. More than usual, in fact. Novice Seer Vicarage should have ample time to illuminate you on the Order's forecast modeling methods. He's just down the room from here. Many people around camp support or object to our methods. Speak to them, form your own opinion, and when you are ready, you will decide the fate of the exclusion zone.
By the law. It's you.
Oh, thank the architect you're finally here. I've scarcely breathed while hoping you'd come. I am in desperate need of your help. True, but the Order's predictions know you better than you know yourself. As a doctor, I'm appalled. We don't have enough beds or private quarters to separate people, so sickness is blazing an unhappy trail through the refugees. Of course, the Order keeps us well supplied with meds, but things will get worse as long as we're overcrowded. Yes, I can treat sickness as it arises. It would be leagues better to prevent it entirely. That means space to spread out. Since you asked, you can run this medicine to Horst Landing. Just don't shake the man's hand. He has a habit of coughing into his palm when he covers it at all. You see, seers are members of the Order who labor over the universal equation. Even in its unfinished state, the equation gives them the means to predict the future. Recently, I had a rare opportunity to ask the seer for guidance. He told me that a dashing outsider would answer my prayers. I feared the prediction was a fluke, but here you are, a dashing outsider standing before me. Strictly speaking, it isn't. Not yet. But the math is very, very, very good in predicting what is probably, most likely, extremely possible. In theory. Within a margin of error. Anyway, that is the seer's business. My business is the health and welfare of this camp. No, please, wait. I need you. These refugees need you. Lives are at stake, and without your help, they will be lost. Where to begin? There are so many sick and wounded in Matriarch's Mercy, and I have but 2 imperfect hands. I am but a humble general practitioner. What I really need are specialists, and the seer predicted an outsider would find them.
Might have time to patch up 1 or 2 patients before we head out. I used to be a combat medic. A good one, too.
You also strike me as someone on the go. I need committed medical employees, not a freelancer. The seer gave me a datapad with explicit instructions that I not read it, for my intervention could only throw probability into disarray. Now, take the datapad, with my thanks. How can I be of service? Since you aren't a refugee, I hope you understand that I cannot offer my goods free of charge. But my prices are fair.
You're right. The universe does not orient itself toward fairness. But it's my firm belief humanity can do better.
All evidence.
You must be the, Earth Directorate agent I was told to expect. Your punctuality is commendable. Allow me to welcome you to Golden Ridge. I'm afraid I've no refreshments available, but can I interest you in a customary debate over decidability? The presiding bishop sent word of your imminent arrival. However, due to our need for compartmentalization, she was scant on the details of your mission. That said, I've been instructed to assist you however I can. So, tell me, what brings you to Golden Ridge? Since losing access to the archive, the Order has been forced to limit its open exchange of ideas and information to avoid contaminating what few predictions we can still make.
We don't use that word, prophecy. Our predictions are strictly a matter of mathematical calculation. But, in layman's terms, that is the objective. Yes.
The archive is a vast network of computational machines built beneath the ice of Cloister. Prior to the invasion, the Order used it to generate predictions on a vast scale. But listen to me prattling on. I'm sure you aren't here for a history lesson.
And leave Abbot Newell to be subjected to the inanity of a total stranger? Absolutely not.
Don't trouble yourself about Seer Wiley. He's here as my aide. I trust him implicitly. Now, you were saying? Victor? Oh, yes, Archivist Clemens. Quite the mind. Such encyclopedic knowledge of engineering. One girl was mistaken for an exemplar. Is he in some kind of trouble?
Well, now, how should I say this? I don't think we want to say anything to the order. These guys are the order. So...
Victor Clemens, some kind of radical. What an absurd notion.
I must agree with my seer. I once watched Victor shed copious tears over a damaged datapad. It's difficult to imagine him capable of worse. And that may well be true. But our standard of proof within the Order is not normally met by hearsay alone. Victor's currently supervising highly experimental research at one of our labs to the northwest, the EnExHa range, beyond the invaders' front lines. Unfortunately, you'll need to go through the decommissioned autonomous extractorium to reach it. That path is less than safe, so I advise caution.
What business is it of yours?
Let's not be unfriendly. The agent's only curious. Obviously, Victor's work has something to do with EnRays, but beyond that, I haven't a clue. More of that pesky compartmentalization, I'm afraid. But besides the highly caustic Serenium River and the Mantisaurs, we've also received reports of mad cultists in the area. It does make me wonder why Victor decided to stay. Showing up prior to the invasion. The first sign of dysfunction in the Protectorate always starts small, doesn't it? Loath as I am to admit it, there may be some merit to your worries over a conspiracy within the Order, or whether Victor is involved or not. As my predecessor would remind me, denying unpleasant facts is not good science. I would be remiss if I failed to support an investigation. You heard of the recent attack launched on that Anti's Choice base, Outpost Opportunity. It came from one of our facilities, the Zeranium Manufactory. But that facility is intended for research, not military action. I hate thinking an Order member responsible, but given the precision of the attack, it does suggest traitors in our midst. It would undoubtedly benefit both of us to root them out.
Respectfully, Scholar, given current tensions, should we really be trusting such a delicate task to this stranger? Would an internal review of our ranks not be more appropriate? Choosing levity at a moment like this is only further evidence of your lack of good judgment.
I don't dispute the need for discretion, my friend, but the presiding bishop made the determination to send the agent to us. It's best we trust her calculations. Moreover, our situation is growing increasingly dire. I can't overstate my fears concerning this most recent attack ending the ceasefire and reigniting the war in Golden Ridge. One more thing. Your investigation into the traitors takes precedence, but if you could also render aid at Outpost Opportunity on our behalf, such a gesture might preserve the peace. Most assuredly not. It would eliminate the entire point of the ceasefire. Well, please convey that fact to whomever you speak with. I knew I could rely upon you. Ruth wouldn't have sent you otherwise. Here, take this writ of investigative inquiry. It'll grant you access to the manufactory. Seer Wiley and I will conduct our own inquest into these traitors you've mentioned erstwhile. We can compare notes once you've returned with your findings. illuminating the path to true erudition is an abbot's moral duty. Whatever I can tell you, I will. Rift worshippers spouting inane theories. They began showing up prior to the invasion. The first sign of dysfunction in the Protectorate always starts small, doesn't it?
A calling for those with a greater than average talent for mathematics and computation, particularly in the field of predictive analysis.
Yes. Seer Wiley's being too modest about his contributions. Many in the Order rely on seers for their indispensable counsel. I myself would be lost without mine. Both, I should hope. We've been collaborating for many years, and plan willing for many more to come. Especially given how very uncertain life in the colony has become. That is a statue of the Matriarch, Alexandra Varick, Arcadia's founder and for whom the monastery was named after. Regrettably, Alexandra Monastery is closed to non-order members at the moment, given recent troubles. But perhaps Seer Wiley can give us an estimation of its reopening.
Oh, certainly. According to my calculations, the monastery will be accessible to certain members of the public shortly.
Oh, good news indeed. Oh, you really must visit. The observatory is a true sight to behold.
Have you beheld that new rifle up at the monastery, the Oracle?
The one Wiley designed, right? Uses a tracking algorithm?
Where to first, Commander? N-ray range, Serenium manufactory, or outpost opportunity?
Hour along with it, and a Mantisaur at 2 clicks.
Okay, well, we have ourselves quite a bit of stuff to do. Geez, who do we want to do first? I think we're going to do her for a few digits more. we're going to try that out. We'll, geez, I don't know how exactly to get there. There's got to be some way around there. I don't think you want to try and go all up there and that craziness. Alright, so in any event, we've got plenty of stuff to see, plenty of stuff to do, all these buildings, and I'm sure there's some stuff that's hidden. What is all this? I don't think I went to all of that. There's something that's boxed off from me. I don't know how to get there right now, but I'll figure it out later. Alright guys, so for now, I guess that's it. We're going to end it here. This is Old Man Alchemist saying stay cool and peace.